Okay, welcome. This is Yana with Discovery of Self, and we got a special guest today, a young artist, real rap, Rickie
Yes.
Genius.
Hello, world. Hello,
Hello,
world.
hello. We're doing this
How are
thing.
you?
Yeah, we got some mad energy going on today. It's a new moon, so this is
Yes,
perfect
yes, yes.
timing.
It's a special night.
Yeah, and he's coming from Florida, Miami, Florida.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
and you know how we do here on Discover Yourself? I let the guests introduce themselves, but I just love how you were saying, like when you send me your bio, the art digester. I'm like, yeah, I like that. Like that's
Yeah, that's why I
raw.
like to receive my art. I feel like I digest it, and you know, that's just how I feel.
Wow. Well, this is your show. I mean, this everyone that comes on here, it's just talking about their journey of self-discovery and where they're at, how they came about. And it's going to be raw. He's got some background noise. It's real.
Yeah. Crowds of people. There's a lot of things going on over here.
So, take it away. This is your time. So, just kind of tell us a little bit about yourself for people who don't know
Okay.
you. So,
Okay, so I'll start with my birth name is Rickie Santos Tavares. My beautiful parents gave me that name. I grew up in Brockton, Mass for a little bit, for about half my life. Then the next half, I grew up in Fall River, Massachusetts. That's where I found my love for music. Then a whole bunch of life things happened. School. Then I transferred here to Miami, and I feel like it's a new life. I feel like I found a whole new appreciation for art. Seeing that they have a big art district over here. I loved art before that, but like coming to Miami kind of amplified that as well as the music. So Miami's a big amplifier. But like I said, I like to say I'm an art digester, music appreciator, just a reservoir for good vibes and just trying to find the right phrase. I like to try everything, even if I kind of fail at it. I'm just like that guy that just likes to try everything. Like my curiosity drives me crazy because it brings me everywhere. It exhausts me, but I love it. Like I said, I'm a reservoir, so I just never run out. But I get exhausted, but still, I seem to keep going. So my music. I love music. I started rapping, and I just started getting into singing and producing. So I'm like becoming a new artist. I rap with other people. I love collabing. And I like to bring the two worlds together. Like my album I'm working on, the cover art is like a painting. And the artist, shout out to Miranda Lorikeet. She still does not know me. So Miranda, if you're listening to this, I appreciate you so much. Check out my page at Yeah Genius on Instagram, YEA Genius. I got all your art over there.
wow.
She makes she makes these crazy paintings that are made on Microsoft Paint, but they look like they're made like on a canvas. It's ridiculous. It's so dope. And her theme is a world with just women, and they walk around freely naked.
Whoa, okay, Miranda.
Yeah.
If you're listening, you need to be on this show.
No, but the thing is, it's not even like that. It's tasteful, and it's all animated, so it's not graphic at all. It's just they're naked, like in the Bible, everyone started off naked, so it has that kind of theme to it that
I love it.
you don't look at it like it's raunchy. Like I said, it's only women in this world, only women. There's no men, so these women are walking around just free, and they're powerful, and that's her theme, and they're carrying roses and stuff like that, and they're just in these crazy, ridiculous settings that she puts them in, and the colors are great. They're so dope, and each one, she doesn't name any of them. Actually, she does name them, but I put my own name to them, and she's literally inspired so much of my music, and sometimes I don't even like. Most of the time, I just go in there, I look at one piece of her art, and it says something to me, and then I write a song to it. But the crazy thing is when I write a song, the song's done, it's recorded, everything, and then I'm going through an art and I find a piece of art that goes exactly with the song.
Wow.
And it blows my mind. It really blows my mind.
And you haven't connected with her, like you haven't like.
I haven't connected with her at all. I know who she is. I seen who she is. I seen her Instagram. I see how her face looks. I seen everything. But she hasn't seen me. She hasn't noticed me. If she has noticed me, then she just hasn't let me know. Hey, how you doing? But she hasn't let me know. She hasn't let me know that she's seen me. She hasn't acknowledged me yet.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
that's the beautiful thing about art, collaborating and appreciating each other's art, no matter what form it comes into.
Yes, it does. The only thing I'm hoping she doesn't find my music and try and sue me.
Yeah. Make sure you give her credit.
I haven't sold anything yet, and I don't know. I think I'm kind of starstruck. Like I'm like kind of scared to email her. Like I haven't even met her, but it's like when you see like a celebrity or something, you're kind of scared to go talk to them.
Uh-huh.
I'm scared like I'm going to email her, and then it's not going to be nice enough. The email's not going to be nice enough. It's not going to sound genuine enough. It's just not going to be right. I'm just like kind of scared, so I've been putting it off. I think I'm going to tell her the day or like when I figure out when I'm going to release the album, because the album has her art on it, and like it's all original music and stuff like that. I just feel like that's when I have to do it. So I've kind of just been putting it off. I've been real starstruck. I'm in the corner right now, just watching her on stage.
Well, I'm pretty sure she'll appreciate it. You know, artists in general, they always looking for that kind of appreciation and that kind of like validation and stuff. So yeah, it'll happen when it's timing. Because I mean, you seem to have her art seems to have a big impact on you and your music and everything.
Huge.
So that'll be like really great for her to hear too. That's like that's beautiful. So
very beautiful.
Wow. So you just kind of dive into everything. You said curiosity. Isn't that a foundation for like, just being an artist and being a creative individual?
Yeah, it definitely is. It's gotten me in trouble. It's gotten me not in trouble. But it's gotten me through experiences. And these experiences are writing my story itself. So I appreciate my curiosity,
That helps a lot.
So it does.
What sparked it? Like, if you can go back into like your childhood, like what would who and what was your greatest inspiration coming up?
What was my greatest inspiration coming up, growing up?
Yes.
When it comes to what, art or music?
Just your passion for art, music, and just being creative in general.
I think, that's a great question. I'm trying to remember if there was a point in my childhood where I just wanted to create. I'm sure there was, but I can't remember. I think it was just my spontaneity, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. But I just was, when I was little, like, for example, a situation with my father. I was sitting on his lap. I was like probably 3-4 years old. I don't remember this, but my mom told me. They were crying, laughing about it. But I was sitting on my dad's lap, and he was eating. And he was feeding himself, then he'd feed me. He spoonful for himself, then spoonful for me. But then he started getting into the conversation with whoever was at the table, and he started forgetting about me. And he just started eating himself. My mom side just looked up at him, and I had no reaction. I was just like, all right, bam. Got up, went up, got my own spoon, took his plate, and started eating. So I think that's when that's like how early my creativity like started booming, because it was like I created my own situation. I created my own solution. So I think I've always had that creativity ever since I was younger. But I think with the music, it all started, I tell everybody, Lupe Fiasco. It all started with Lupe Fiasco. That's still my favorite rapper.
Wow. So
much respect for him. He's a very conscious rapper. Mm-hmm. If you don't know about him, he cares about the community. He cares about the things that rappers don't really care about. But when he came out, it's probably like 06, 07, at least when I discovered him, that's what got me into rap. But I wasn't even trying to rap at that point. I was just digesting all his music and his flows and his ideas and everything. I was digesting. And then I wasn't even rapping, just loving his music, rapping his lyrics. And then what started my music, what inspired me to start rapping and like get in front of a mic and start recording my own music was my friends that I'm still friends with to this day. Like, we have a very tight circle. And when we were younger, we didn't have cars, of course, but we were going everywhere. We went to the pool, the Boys and Girls Club. We went to courts around the city to play basketball, and we would walk everywhere. I couldn't get a ride, so we would walk like seven of us deep, just always walking. And everyone knew us because they would see us all around the city, always walking together. We were inseparable. We still are. But when we walked to pass the time, we would rap. One of my friends was like great at beatboxing, like insane at beatboxing naturally for no reason. So he was just like he would just start beatboxing and stuff, and everybody would just rap like jokes and like make fun of each other, and just make like little funny raps like, "Yo, what's good, Mike?" Be like, "Yo, I do what I do, Kevin, man, you got dirty shoes," like, you know, just like that's very simple, but like 10 times more hilarious. Like, we would be in tears. And when we started doing this, they started noticing me like, "Yo, what the heck? Rick's kind of nice." Like, Rick is nice at this. I was like, "Yeah, you're right." And it was weird because that's when I discovered, I was like, wow, this just came out of nowhere. Like, it's like I could think like that. I could think on my toes, and I was making these raps, and it was like flowing, and it sounded dope and stuff. I was like, oh, that's cool. But I still never wanted to get in front of the mic. I was just like, whatever. And then, as cliche as it sounds, what sparked to get on the mic was the heartbreak. The first girlfriend breaking your heart.
That'll do it.
That'll do it.
That'll do it.
That'll do it right there. So I think I was like 15 or 16 or something like that. And the girlfriend I had at the time, we were just, going through a regular breakup, ended up breaking up. And that's the first time I was introduced to those feelings. And I was like, wow, what is this? And the only thing I could think of was rap. I heard a beat. I remember it clearly. It was Kanye.
Oh, I think we lost Rickie. Real Rap Genius.
Friend's basement.
Oh, okay, and, you're back.
Yeah, I had a call coming in. I think that's why I did that. But I went to my friend's basement. He had a little snowball mic, very cheap, just real inexpensive. The quality wasn't even crazy, but I was just like, man, I need a vent. I need to get this whole thing out. And I just wrote like a 4-minute song of just lyrics. And that's long for a rapper to be rapping that long. I had so many things to get out. So I got that out, and then we were using MySpace at the time. I put it on MySpace, and then it wasn't a big boom, but it was big enough to get my something. Yo, what the heck? Rick, was that you? Yo, that's dope. So my Facebook started booming. Like, everyone was hitting me up on Facebook, leaving comments. "Oh my God, Rick, you're actually good, bro. You're really good, blah, blah." All this and all that. And I was like, wow, this is cool. And what happened after that? And I just started putting more songs. Out, and the rest is history. I dropped a mixtape. And then, I dropped a little mixtape after that. I dropped a couple more songs, and that's when people around school were really like, hold on 1 second, Bonnie. Yeah, I'm going to be right here. People were like, yo, in the hallway, people I didn't even know. Like, this is when I first got that feeling of like, okay, music can really affect people you don't even know. Because I started getting random people I did not know coming up to me and like spilling their feelings out. Like, I don't even know you, but you're exposing yourself to me. Like, my music made you open up to me.
Yeah.
So I was like, wow, that's really cool. That's why I started getting that. And then I dropped a mixtape, which was like a collection of like 15 songs. And then that's when like the whole city was buzzing. Wow. I had my teacher from 5th grade found me on Facebook.
Wow.
And was messaging me like, "I always knew you'd be a star." I remember Miss Green. Miss Green, if you're listening to this, shout out to you. But she was like, because she always said that about me and my brother for some reason. when we were really young, and she was like, "There's something about you guys. You guys are stars. You guys are stars. There's something about you guys. I don't know what it is." So she hit me up, like it was like 5 years later, and she was like, "I always knew you guys be a star. Blah blah.
Wow.
Good job. Keep doing your music. Blah blah blah. I love the songs." Everybody, my whole school, teachers were like, "Okay, Rick, you're really talented. Keep doing." So everybody was just showing me a lot of love. So from then on, that's pretty much what inspired it. To answer your question, was the heartbreak, and my friends.
Wow, how interesting!
Just little normal situations. Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah, when I was hearing that, I was like, how interesting that it all started with like satisfying a need from the time when you were little, satisfying your own need, doing your own thing, and just hanging around with friends, and being inspired by them, and then obviously, because you were open, you were raw, you spilled out your emotions, that's what attracted people to you. That's really how artists are, you open up yourself, and then you're able to impact people in a way that you never know you can.
Exactly.
So that's a great foundation you have, and I think that's why you attract so many, people with that, ability to just open up to you. So wow. So unbeknownst to you, all these things came to you without you even like really consciously trying,
That's what all real things in life.
Yeah. Wow, that's amazing.
Yes, thank you.
That's really good. So now you're also you talked about collaboration. So you do a lot of collaboration with other artists, like in your community, and of course with other types of artists. Is that something that's kind of very like important to you as you grow?
Okay. Yeah, I think so. At first, I was like, I don't really want to collab with anybody. I just want to kind of do my own thing, my own art. Because when you start working with people, it's like you deal with their struggle as well, which is tough sometimes because you have your own struggle. And you deal with their time management, and you deal with their pickiness, and just everything, all the negative things that go on with it. But I think the good things that go in it overweigh that. And what made me realize that was when I heard a quote from Kanye West, and he was like, "Man, if I could go back to where I started my career, I have every song on my album with somebody. I have no songs by myself." And I really weigh into his opinion a lot because I feel that man's drive and his passion and his art, his taste for art and his passion for it matches mine. So whatever he says, I resonate with it a while, and most of the time I come to agree with it. So that's where that whole collaboration thing came on with. So I just think collaborating with other people is great. It's life. I collaborating with people in life is great.
Yeah.
And music and life have the biggest symmetry to me. So many things are the same with music and life. So when you compare doing music with people, you can compare it to just being genuine with other people, helping people, and we're all here together.
Exactly.
There's no need to isolate yourself. But just like in music, you want to do some songs by yourself. Solitude in real life is also healthy. But for the most part, there's a billion people here. We're meant to help each other.
Yeah.
So I think, that's why I think collaborating is great. And you usually come up with the greatest ideas when you collab with other people.
Exactly. They're kind of like a reflection or a mirror back of you.
Exactly. No, so I love collaborating with people. I love it.
Well, okay, every artist has a process of like how they go through and coming up with lyrics and songs. What is your process? And everyone is unique. So what process do you go to? Like, give us a snippet.
One of the processes is I just write, and I write, and then I just keep it away. I don't even look at it for a while. Then a beat comes, I get inspired, I look back into it, and that beat goes right with the song. That process blows my mind because there was this one song that I made that I wrote to no beat, or I wrote it to another beat, and then I found that beat by Nas, one mic, and in that beat it's like a movie. It has like police sirens and gunshots, like a whole theatrical kind of thing. And the song that I wrote, all the lyrics that I wrote, that I wrote before I even heard the beat, went exactly with that beat, and it went with the shots and everything, because I was talking about a story of like it was like a story of a young, specifically young man in Brockton. Not anyone in specific, just a young man in Brockton, Massachusetts, just going through it, walking home by himself. He hears gunshots. He hears, and I talked about police coming and blah blah blah. And ironically, the lyrics went like when I mentioned police, that's exactly when the police sirens came on. When I mentioned the gunshots, which is like 30 seconds into the song,
wow,
randomly when I did the gunshot reference, the gunshots went off. It was like I wrote it specifically to that. So that's why that process blows my mind, because that happens often. That happens very often. But I have that. Then I'll just like look at art, and that'll inspire me to do something.
yeah,
I like when I do that. I like that's fun. Or I'll just be in a situation like a specific situation, like when my parents dropped me off at school for the first time last year. It was like, of course, a lot of emotions, blah blah blah, and I just felt like this huge like weight on me. I was like, all right, now it's time to work. In those situations, that's when I like to write, because your emotions are like real raw. It's all right there. Other times, if I'm like really happy or just like high on life, just like I'm on this other thing, I'll write. Even if I'm not writing that well, I'll write, and then I look at it the next day with a sober mind to say, like a concentrated mind, and then fix it and just tweak it. And I got that process from Edgar Allan Poe. Yeah, he said write when you're drunk, and write when your mind is drunk, and then revise when your mind is sober.
wow,
Because when your mind is drunk, it's like it's bare. It might be sloppy, but all the right things are coming out. And then when you're sober, that's when you pick up the meticulous things, and you can just tweak it a little bit, and then it's perfect. You're just polishing it off. So I got that process from Edgar Allan Poe. That's one of my favorite poets. He's great. He's really great.
By drunk, does he mean like drinking it up, or just
he meant literally.
He meant literally. Okay. I was just making sure. Like, what does that mean for people? Like, what?
He meant literally, but in my opinion, you can be drunk without a sip of alcohol. It's all mental.
Yeah, because I was thinking figuratively, like, when he was saying, because that's what I think of when you're overwhelmed with emotions and stuff, just letting it all go. Yeah.
Emotions can have you drunk as anything.
Yeah.
Emotions can really steer you up. So that's what I mean. If I'm really in a funk, something's going on, crazy, or blah, 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 I like to write. And then when my mind is clear, I go back and I try to figure out what I was saying. So I'm like kind of talking to myself. Like, Rick, what were you trying to say here? I kind of get myself out of myself, and then like try and look at myself. Like, okay, what was you trying to say here from another person's perspective?
Yeah.
I think I named all my processes. I like to write when I'm at the beach. I just like to write when I'm in different situations.
Wherever it inspires you, wherever you get that motivation to write.
Exactly. It kind of just strikes you like lightning.
Yeah.
To write right now. And
so
I just do it.
So you're pretty eclectic with like how you go about with your process, and what inspires you and whatever. So how would you describe your music? I know everybody wants to kind of label it and give it like like a label, like, okay, what type of music you do. So how would you describe your type of music?
I would describe it as lyrical, very lyrical, but at times I'm not lyrical at all. I can be very simplistic and just give you like a great melody and a great message. Message is big. I like to give a message in there. Production, I always like to do something different, but same at the same time. I would like to say my music is like what's that word? Not bipolar. Polarizing. Is it polarizing? No.
I think I kind of keep talking. I think I kind of know what you're saying.
Like
describe it.
It's the North Pole and the South Pole at the same time. It's got a lot of duality to it. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
My music has a lot of duality to it. I I like to go far left and then far right, and then at the same time, and then see where I land.
Okay.
That's what I like to do. Sometimes it throws people off. People are like, "Yo, what are you doing? You should have done this." But I feel, but I feel like I'm in that stage of finding myself still. So it's okay to mess up. Even when I do find myself and I feel like I'm at my peak, I'm gonna try my best to mess up again, because another one of my idols, Einstein, the famous Albert Einstein. One of my favorite quotes from him is say, if you didn't make a mistake, you're not trying something new.
Yeah.
So I like to just remind myself of that when I mess up. If I mess up on anything, I'm like, look, if I was doing everything perfect, I would just be on the same level. I wouldn't be getting any higher.
Exactly.
I wouldn't be getting any lower. I'd just be, if anything, you are getting lower, because everyone else that's not afraid to fail is getting higher than you.
Yeah.
So
and you wouldn't be growing, because that's what part of creativity is.
Exactly.
Being
growing
creative.
is about breaking that shell that's over you right now. So you gotta embrace the cracks.
Yeah. When you were talking about duality with your music, I thought the other word that came to mind right now was contrast.
Contrast, yes.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's a perfect word for it.
Yeah, contrast. And then just because the way you go about your process, like it's on a spectrum. Like you don't have like a definite, like I sit at a table with the lamplight. Like you just, like you're a digester. Like you just, like you live it.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever feeds you, you know what I mean?
Exactly. I think my duality comes from my indecisiveness that I'm not a big fan of as of late. And most of the time, because I have the chance to make a great decision, but then I'm like, nah, I can't. Let me just pick both. That's why I go with the duality. But when I do pick, when I'm not as indecisive, that's when I feel like I'm at the strongest. That's why I feel like I'm growing from. I'm growing from a stage of, okay, just do everything. Just do both. Have all that duality. But now, as of late, I'm like, I'm getting more confident when making a decision. And being okay if I made a decision and I find out later that it would have been better to make the other one. Because it's okay. There's going to be other situations where I can make a decision. So I feel like I'm growing there in that aspect, which I'm very happy about. Because it's making my music a lot more better. People are hearing the confidence in it. It's shocking. It's not only shocking them, but it's shocking me how good I'm getting. I say that very modestly, but it's shocking me how good I'm getting at this.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, you have to kind of see, I mean, it's one thing to be modest, but then it's like, okay, you kind of see yourself growing through the eyes of other people, you know, and it's really, you know, a big thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But talk about your album that's coming out, Survival of the Illest.
Yes, ma'am.
When is that coming out?
That's coming out, I don't know the date yet. I'm kind of I wanted to drop it November 28th because a lot of it's done. But I was like, because November 28th is the day I dropped my first mixtape ever, my first project.
Wow.
2011. So I was like, wow, that has a lot of significance to it. But then I was like, nah, there's something very, 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 very special about this project. So let me not rush it one bit.
Yeah.
So I'm going to estimate December, January.
Okay.
I know it'll be on the 28th of the month. Whichever month I decide to do it, it'll be on the 28th. Yeah, do you want me to explain about the album more?
Yeah, what's the significance of, like, first of all, the title, Survival of the Illest, and then I'm into numerology. What's up with the 28th? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
The 28 comes from my grandfather, Papa Adashu.
Yeah.
He passed away on the 28th, and he was 82. For some reason, that just stuck with me. I don't know why. It's not like it's the hugest. Like his favorite number was 28. He was born on the 28th. He died on the 28th. He was 82.
Wow.
It wasn't like that. It was just that he passed on the 28th and he was 82. And for some reason, I was like, okay. And then the number 8, which is like sideways, it's the infinity symbol. That stuck with me. The number 2 sticks with me because it's because mostly everything can be cut in half. Everything's 2 if you think about it parallel.
Yeah.
I think about that a lot. So that's why I like to do everything on 28th. Whenever I drop music, I always drop it at the 28th minute of the hour. if I have like a big announcement on Instagram, I'll drop it on the 28th of whichever hour I pick. Whenever I drop music, it's on the 28th day. And then I see 28 everywhere. I see it everywhere. Like, so that's how I just feel like my grandfather's following me, and I'm in sync.
Yeah.
I'm in sync with what I'm supposed to be doing. And
Exactly.
synchronization, I read about it, and synchronization is like a key to manifestation.
Yep.
So like what I'm trying to manifest is this whole vision that I have. So I'm like, all right, let me just keep doing what I was doing. I've been doing that before I even knew about synchronization and all that. So like, all right, this is kind of meant to be kind of thing. So that's the whole 28 thing.
Okay. Cool.
The survival of the illest is I was just in Wynwood, which is an art district, and I was walking through this little alley or whatever. They have like music. They sell like bracelets, all that stuff. It was just like an art walk. It was an art walk or art basel.
Nice.
And I went and I did a photo shoot with my friend Shanaz. Shout out to Shanaz. She's a great photographer. Follow her at Photo Sniper with an A, not ER. Nice. Amazing photographer. She's very passionate about her pictures. She doesn't just go out there and take pictures. She's great. So I was going there to take a picture of her, and I just saw a shirt that's with these people that were like had a little stand over there, and it said "Survival of the Illest." And I was like, whoa! I just felt the wave. I was like, whoa! That's the coolest thing I ever heard in my life. Survival of the Illest.
Yeah.
So right there, I just decided. I even told her, I was like, yo, right there. That's the name of my project, Survival of the Illest. And that was like last month of last year.
Wow.
Yeah, last month of last year. That was around the time. And then it just, I really feel like it goes with the theme of what I believe America is and the world, period. It's changing. The old-fashioned survival of the fittest is changing into survival of the illest, in a sense that it's kind of hard to explain, but it's like you have to be sick to. The sicker you are, the more you're fit you're to be in this world. Because of just everything that's in this world, everything that we're eating food that's killing us. We're watching things that's killing us on the media, and it's not survival of the fittest anymore. It's survival of the illest, because we're all competing to kill ourselves faster.
Exactly.
So, yeah, it goes really deep, and it's like I have a hard time explaining it, and I'm learning new things from it every day. Like, things will come to me because I'm like I read. I don't read as much as I want to read, but I watch a lot of interviews. I watch documentaries and stuff like that, and it's like the world and what I'm feeding into explains my theory to me. I do that a lot. I do a lot of things backwards. I find my conclusion before I find my thesis, and I never even create my thesis. The world gives you my thesis, and I'm like, oh, that makes mad sense.
Yeah,
it's like I created that, but that's the whole thing with Survival of the Illest, because I had no meaning to Survival of the Illest when I saw it on that shirt, but something told me that really just like touched my spirit.
Yeah,
because it just stuck with me like so hard. Survival of the Illest. I was like, all right, that's what it is. It's different. It's clever. And then over the past year, I've just been seeing new things that just kind of explain my story for me.
Yeah.
But that's the biggest thing. America, mostly America, because I don't live around the world. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I have a general idea, but I don't really know what's going on. So, and mostly for America, how we're just killing ourselves with media and all that bajumble that everybody knows about. But we act like we don't know about it.
Yeah,
We just kind of go on with our day.
Yeah, I think a lot of people will relate to that, you know?
Yeah,
They can kind of pick up on that, and your ability to be aware of that and connect. I think that speaks volumes. So,
yes.
And that's what attracts people to your work, to your artwork. So, So what's next? Okay, so we don't know when the album is gonna drop, but it's gonna be on the 28th. So folks, look around for the 28th.
Just mark that day on every month.
Mark it, like do a reminder, a pop-up email.
It might be this month, it might be the next.
Yeah, and I'll put all of his contact information at the end under this video. But what is next for you, Mister? What is next for you? What do you have, like your vision?
In what sense?
Like for personally and professionally, like where do you see yourself growing from this? Because it's always a discovery. You're always discovering something about yourself. So what do you see next for you?
What do I see next for me? I see a business venture rocketing because we have the group that I'm doing music with. We have 2 labels that are looking at us right now. So that right there tells me that we're making the right moves. We're making the right music.
Yeah.
And it's only a matter of time before a major label tries to pick us up. So I feel like the next venture is going to be where I find the independence. Either I'm going to sign to a label or we're going to go independent. And it's all going to depend on how many fans we have. So I think that's the big thing right now. For a while, it's been the music. It's been finding myself. I want to be as creative as possible. But, like, now I'm working on my creativity to be as intelligent as these labels that are trying to trick me.
Yeah.
Because business is a trick. It's a respectful trick. Both sides just respect each other. They're like, all right, I'm trying to trick you. You're trying to trick me. But it's okay. We're going to keep it professional and may the best tricker win.
Yeah.
The most money. But I'm going to shake your hand. That's what I feel like business is.
Yeah.
But in a respectful way, which is it's funny. It's funny to me.
Yeah, it's a whole nother beast.
Yeah. So I feel like that's my next thing. My music is as good as it's ever been. So I'm gonna keep it there. Every day I'm getting better, so I'm not really worried about that. But I think my next thing is I'm gonna find myself business wise. I'm gonna discover my business savvy side and really go with that. And I think my next thing is finding that that niche where I can satisfy businesses that are like funding my music and stuff like that, while satisfying the real people in the world.
Yeah.
And relaying that message, because at the end of the day, the businesses, they don't want you to relay that message. Only a handful want you to put out that great message that changes the world and really gets people thinking differently.
Yeah.
Only a handful will let you do that. And praise to them, because they don't have that mentality that the other ones have, which is greedy, power. They're power tripping all day. Like they just want more and more and more. No matter how much their money corrupts the world, they just want more and more and more.
Yeah.
And you relaying a great message and waking these people up is only dwindles them down.
Exactly. Yeah.
So they don't want that. Yeah. So they don't want that. So
yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna. I don't know what it is. Like I told you, I work backwards. So I see where I'm going. I just don't know how it's gonna start.
Yeah. That's also a beautiful journey.
It's exciting, right? It's so exciting.
It is really exciting, because that's how I feel like you pick up on things around you, like you said, and there's a beauty in working backwards. You know what I mean? I mean,
I'm always on my toes.
Yeah. Well, I would like to play a fun game with you. We got to know you as an artist, and now for the folks to get to know you a little bit, like on a personal level, because I feel like it's a blend. You bring yourself into your artwork. But since you're big on the number 2 and the number 8, I'm going to do 2 things for people to get to know you a little bit better, like a little fun game. I like to have fun, with my guests. So if you can describe yourself in 2 words, what would it be? Or, if not words, an image or an image. You can do both or one of the other. Yeah, in 2 words and in 2 images.
Okay. So can I give you 2 images and 2 words?
Yes, go for it.
Okay, 2 words. Curious. always want to give a good one. Curious and independent. I'm always not afraid to do my own thing. And then 2 images, red and blue. The color is red and the color blue.
Wow.
Just because those 2 colors have followed me all my life. My mother always dressed me and my brother.
Yeah.
Dressed me in blue, dressed my brother in red. And then it's funny because now that we've grown up, it's reversed. Obviously, we dress ourselves, so we don't really choose what we're dressing. But I'll find myself wearing red and he's wearing blue. Like on my birthday last year, I wore a red button up and he wore a blue button up. And it was the same kind of button up that my mom was putting me in when I was a kid. Just a regular short sleeve button. She loved putting us in that. The Gap with the short sleeve button up with the patterns on it. Me and my brother literally had that same sack. It wasn't Gap, but it looked the same, everything, except I was in the red one and he was in the blue one. And red signifies like fire. It's leadership, all those things. And that attributes to my sign, Aries.
Yeah,
because that's the Aries color, and then fire is the Aries element, and then blue to me is calm, cool, collected, accepting, and it reminds me of water. And then that's my brother's sign, Pisces.
Shout out to the Pisces.
Shout out to
and
Pisces.
Aries.
And it's like there that the duality goes again. How I like to go far left and far right because the Aries is the first sign of the zodiac symbol, and the Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac symbol. That's why I think that's just how my mind works, because there's so many things in my life that follow that mold.
Yeah.
Far left and far right. Aries is the first, Pisces is the last. Aries is red, Pisces is blue.
Yep.
And then whenever I combine, I remember I would just never forget. For some reason, I was wearing purple one day, and someone was like, "Wow, you look great in purple."
I was just gonna say that, those 2 colors.
Yeah, and that's the 2 colors when they're together.
Yeah.
Which is red and blue. So
and purple is a very spiritual color. It really relates to the higher self. So
it is. Wow, I had a dream last night with a forest, and the forest was lit with the color purple.
Wow.
I just had that dream last night. You just reminded me of that.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
You gotta find someone to paint that.
Huh?
You gotta find someone to paint that visual.
I know. It was really amazing. I was with my grandmother, and we were just both looking out to the forest, and it was all lit up purple.
Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. Yeah. That's amazing. So, okay, so since you're very spontaneous, so I'm just gonna throw out a word or fill in the sentence, fill in the blank, 8 things, okay? Whatever comes to your mind. So you're going to keep count of it because I can go on and on. So 8 things. Okay, first one, lake or the beach?
Beach.
Country or city?
City.
City. If I could change one thing in this world, what would it be?
Peace. More peace.
More peace. Favorite food?
Man. I can't choose. It's too hard, so I'm going to just have to say my favorite food right now, and it's spinach. As crazy as that sounds, but I love spinach right now, so I'm going to say that.
Spinach? Okay.
Spinach.
Your greatest fear?
Having a fear. That's my greatest fear.
Oh. The greatest risk you've taken so far?
Moving to Miami.
Wow, moving to Miami. Okay, so that's 5. We got 3 more.
Yep.
If you can give one thing to the world, what would it be?
A different mindset.
Okay.
A new mindset.
Okay. Love is?
That's a great one. Love is understanding.
Understanding. Okay, the last one. Music to me means?
Everything.
Everything. Wow, great. Right off the top of your mind. You didn't have to think about that.
I didn't have to think about that at all.
Oh my gosh. So, okay, so I'm going to have all your information, but I want you to let people know where they can find you, where they can keep up with you so they can look for the 28th of the month. Just give your contact info, any other lasting messages you want to say to our viewers. Take it away.
Okay. If you're in Miami, you can literally find me at Barry University. I'm at the art district a lot. I like, meeting people. So that's why I shout out my literal location before my social media location. But I'm in the North Miami area if anyone's in there. If you want to contact me, social media, my Instagram is Genius, YEA Genius. My Twitter, you can find me at the same handle, Genius, or Rickie Genius 28. That's Rickie with a Y. My SoundCloud is Rick Genius, so just RICK Genius. Just for the people that just want to really listen to my music, I would just concentrate on the SoundCloud. That's where all my music is. You can message me on there. You can repost my music. You can do all that stuff. We can be in contact. Again, that's Rick Genius, RICK space Genius. And that's it. I appreciate just being on the show. I appreciate the platform.
Yeah, and we're glad to have you. And I think a lot of, especially young artists, will benefit from hearing this and seeing a young artist like you just do big things. And that's what we need. We need more of that. So it's been an honor and a pleasure.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
We've enjoyed ourselves, and we did it.
I could have done this for like 2 hours. I'm not even joking.
I know. We just want to give people a little peace, and then they can just hunt you down.
I have my roommate's over here just listening. He's like, yo, I like listening to this. He can't even hear you, but he's enjoying this.
Oh my God! Well, it's gonna be uploaded tomorrow, and he can go and listen in. And like I said, it's been a pleasure, and I'm always, I couldn't wait to get you on here because, the energy was on fire. So we finally got it,
Yes, we did.
Universe.
We did. The stars aligned. Whenever you want to do this again, let me know. I could have kept doing this for 3 more hours.
I know. Fun. Well, how about when your album releases? I know it'll be on the 28th, so so I'll block every 28th. We can do it before, we can do it after, and hopefully we'll get a visual so everyone can see the live craziness.
Yes.
But everything recorded well, and like I said, it was great. The energy was on point, and I am so glad we got to do this. So thank you so much.
No, thank you. And everyone listening, appreciate you guys listening.
All right, so this is Yana signing out, and we had Rickie Genius on the show. So always remember, keep discovering yourself. So breathe, love, laugh, and dance. We'll see you next time.